Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our presentation for Business Ethics class. We are Group 2, TD1, first year Bachelor in ISC Paris, 2023 to 2024. So for our work, today we are covering the topic of Tesla's COVID-19 scandal in 2020 and the ethical issues it raised in this case. Let's get started. So to begin, we'll briefly explain the Tesla company. Tesla is an automotive brand that markets electric cars with integrated artificial intelligence. This factory employed more than 40,000 persons, of whom the CEO is Elon Musk. In 2019, the world was affected by a deadly virus known as COVID-19. This virus rapidly spread across continents, affecting various countries. So to contain the spread of the disease, many countries have put out health measures and quarantine orders. Thus, the Tesla company, which was not considered an essential business, had to close during the restrictions in order to respect the standards imposed by the authorities. But in April 2020, its CEO, Elon Musk, decided to reopen his factory in Fremont, California, against the regulations of the authorities. This first attempt, however, was heavily objected by the Alameda County officials. Their intervention was met with fierce verbal attacks from the CEO. In May 2020, Musk made his second attempt to reopen the factory. Tesla called back his workers and started manufacturing vehicles, again in the defiance of the orders. As the company was back in operation, county officials finally decided to allow Tesla to reopen as an essential business. Going against necessary health measures during the pandemic inevitably has its consequences. After facing criticism, Elon Musk had promised his employees that they could stay at home if they did not want to join the production lines because of the risks of contamination. However, according to the Washington Post, those who did decide to stay at home eventually received layoffs. These actions made by the CEO of Tesla are the ultimate cause of its big scandal in 2020. The consequences of Tesla's factory reopening in 2020 were multifaceted, impacting various stakeholders. For Tesla, the incident generated significant negative media coverage, damaging Tesla's public image and potentially impacting consumer trust. The company also faced potential legal repercussions for defying local regulations, although the specific details and outcomes remain unclear. Not to mention the mixed messaging and potential dismissal of employees who chose to stay home could have strained employee relations and morals. And while difficult to quantify, the controversy might have indirectly impacted Tesla's financial performance through potential production delays, legal costs, and reputational damage. For the employees, around 450 employees reportedly contracted COVID-19, potentially leading to individual health complications and impacting their well-being. The dismissal of some employees who chose to stay home created uncertainty and fear of job loss for others. The overall situation likely caused anxiety and stress for employees navigating health concerns, potential job loss, and conflicting messages from management. Lastly, for the community, the reopening of the factory against regulations could have contributed to the spread of COVID-19 within the local community, raising public health concerns. And this incident potentially eroded public trust in corporations by prioritizing business interests over public health during a pandemic. So what type of ethical issues does this case raise? First of all, this scandal raises questions about the company's worker safety versus production goals policy. The decision to reopen the factory potentially put workers at risk, which brings up the issue of prioritizing production and profits over employee health. Secondly, by saying employees could stay home and then allegedly firing some who did, it raises concerns about whether the employees truly had a choice without risking their jobs, whether they actually had proper autonomy and rights in Tesla's work culture. Next issue is the defiance of local regulations by reopening the factory, challenging the authority of government-imposed health and safety measures. Continued by that, We can clearly see the lack of transparency and accountability in Tesla's managing manners by looking at the contradictions between Musk's reassuring statements about their employees' choice to stay at home, while allegedly firing them for doing so. It also touches on how transparent and accountable a company should be regarding the impact of its decisions on employee health during a crisis. Last but not least, it questions the social responsibility of corporations during a global health crisis and their role in preventing the spread of the virus. It's a multifaceted issue that sparked a lot of discussions about the responsibilities of business leaders and companies during unprecedented times. To address the issues raised during the pandemic, Tesla should consider implementing the following corrective actions. Focusing on enhanced safety protocols to strengthen and communicate clear safety measures to protect employees during health crises, ensuring compliance with local regulations. Providing flexible work options, such as remote work, is a very important thing to do to accommodate employees' concerns about their safety. The company should also improve communication channels to keep employees informed about decisions and changes, fostering an environment of transparency and trust. Another action that can be carried out is ensure fair and consistent treatment of employees who choose to stay home due to safety concerns, avoiding any discriminatory actions. Other corrective methods are implementing programs to support the mental and physical well-being of employees, especially during challenging times, offering resources for those affected by health-related issues, and conducting a thorough review of the situation, learning from any shortcomings, and using these insights to improve crisis management strategies in the future. Taking these actions can contribute to a safer, and more supportive work environment, preventing similar problems from occurring in the future. So that wraps it up for our presentation. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a nice day.